All right, so we're going to work on the shaft guide, also known as the measuring cup. I don't know, it just looks like a measuring cup to me, but we'll call it shaft guide because that's what they say. We need to, when we finish with it, we need to add a material called aluminum 6061 to it and then figure out the mass and the volume. So let's get started. I'm going to go up to New, Standard, make sure you're in English template. I'm going to click on the Create. I'm going to start my 2D sketch on this flat plane here, the X and Z. I'm going to start by creating my circles. So this circle is going to go here. That has it tells me it has a radius of 0.75. So I'm just going to drag out to click a random circle. So to get the radius, whenever you dimension, it's gonna tell you what the diameter is. So it's measuring the diameter. So you could just take what you need it to be and divide it by 2 to get the radius. But you could also, the easier way is to right click and you see where it says dimension type. So you can either dimension the radius or diameter. So right now it's checked, so whatever number I enter, that would make it the diameter of that circle. But if I want to give it the radius dimension, I would click, obviously, the radius. And then, so it tells us the radius is 0.75. So I'm going to type in 0.75 for my radius. Actually, I didn't type that right, did I? Let me do that again. Yeah, I did 0.75. Okay, so yeah. So there's that. And then I'm going to next draw a circle. And this one, when I dimension it, this one is the diameter. So it tells me that the diameter of this inner circle is 0.75. 0.75. Yeah. So there's those two. Then I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude this kind of donut shape. I want to extrude it downward, and that has a total height of 1, which it's already on 1 inch for there. What can I do next? So I want to turn on go to my origin. I want to find this plane here, the XY plane, and I'm going to right click. I'm going to turn on the visibility of that because I'm going to try to create this circle that's on this kind of outer surface here. And to do that, I'm going to take this plane. So where you see the planes up here, I'm going to go down to where you see, I'm going to create a plane that's tangent to the surface and parallel to the plane. So I'm going to click this one. So I want it to be parallel to this plane and tangent to this side over here. So then I can right click this to turn the visibility of that center one off. Now I'm gonna start my 2D sketch on this plane. I'm gonna project geometry. So I'm gonna click on the surface here. I'm not sure if that helped or not, but I'm gonna create a circle. I'm going to create a circle that is right here somewhere. The diameter of this circle. The diameter of this circle is 0.25. 0.25. And then to locate where that is, it's off the bottom. So from the bottom to the center is 0.50. I probably didn't need to project any of those, but this is 0.50 here. So that kind of locates that right in the middle. I'm going to finish this sketch. I'm going to extrude. Yeah, I didn't really need those lines, did I? I'm going to extrude this, extrude cut it all the way through, through all there. And then I'm going to turn off the visibility of this. So I'm just going to right click on it, click visibility to get that out of the way. So then I need to create like the handle for our kind of measuring cup here. So I'm going to start my 2D sketch on this top circle here. So I'm going to keep in mind where it rotated it, that hole is now over here on this side. So the handle is going to come off of this side here. So I think what I want to do is just rotate this. Now that little hole is going to be here. And if you turn on the visibility on the view, if you go to view and look up visual style wireframe, you can see that that hole's kind of going in this direction. So that's kind of what we want. So let me go back to this. So I'm going to create this kind of handle coming off of this side this way. So to do that, here I think I can, let's see. I'm going to go to sketch. I'm going to project geometry this time. Click this outer circle here because that's what I'm going to work off of. I'm going to draw a line from this kind of quadrant of where this circle is straight out. I'm going to go straight out, down. I'm going to come over. Go past it like this for now. So this is from here, from the center of this to this edge, it tells me that that's 1.75. 1.75. And then from here to here is, what is that? Looks like that's 0.6. So this is 0.60 here. Yeah, so then I'm just going to trim. I'm going to trim this that I don't need. I think I'm good there. So I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude this piece down. So this way, and that's going to be 0.25. 0.25, like so. And then I'm going to create that hole that's in that little handle thing there. So I'm going to start my 2D sketch on this surface here. I'm going to rotate it again. It looks kind of cool. It looks like a cool symbol. So I'm going to draw a circle just randomly here. I'm going to dimension that. So that has a diameter of 0.25. 0.25. The distance from the center to the edge is 0.3, which is kind of midway there. And then from the center to this edge, it looks like that's 0.4 there. I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude, cut that hole or that circle all the way through. Hit OK. All right, so now all I need to do is it says rounds and fillets have a radius of 0.125. So I'm going to go up to my fillet here, and it's already set for 0.125. So I'm good there. So I'm going to click on this edge, click this edge. I'm going to click on this inner kind of edge here, and we're good. Hit apply there. So yeah, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to save as shaft guide. Shaft guide. Now we need to add a material. So we need to add aluminum 6061. So let's see if we can find that. In the generic, aluminum 6061. Here we go. Aluminum 6061. We're going to add that. It turns a little white color. Then we need to find the mass and volume. So we're going to go up to the shaft guide here at the top, right click it, go to iProperties, physical, update. Let's see, for the mass is located up here. So there's the mass for that. And then the volume, it tells you the volume down here in this area here. So a lot of times on the certification test, it'll have you kind of figure out, it'll have you tell what the mass and the volume, the area is of a part, just because that way they know that you got that correctly dimensioned and shaped correctly and all that good stuff. So it's important to kind of know where to find these physical properties. So that's how you do that. I'm gonna hit the close. Let me go to view, visual style, shadows, photo booth. So now that looks like more of an aluminum material. Just depends on the lighting. Yeah, so I'm gonna save this again with my changes that I just made. All right, so that's the end of that chapter there. So we can jump to the next chapter. They're gonna get a little bit more complicated as we go, but we're gonna do this because we're awesome, right? All right, cool. See y'all next lesson. Peace.